you'd better make sure you don't miss any of those QuickTime events.
So why do we hate QuickTime events?
Who says we hate QuickTime events?
Welcome into QuickTime Event, brought to you by Middle of Nowhere Gaming. I am the host, Courtney Osborne, and today I am joined by Myles. Damn it, I forgot how to pronounce it.
Farrington?
Farrington.
It's not hard.
Well, it's either Farrington or Farrington.
We've been over this.
I know, but I don't go back and listen to it over and over. Shit, remember we were talking earlier, shit happens. A lot of stuff has happened since we talked about that.
Okay.
So,
but
Farrington, and not Farrington.
Farrington.
God damn
not
it.
Farrington. I don't think there's anyone named Farrington.
See, that's kind of like Leffy Levi.
I guess, actually, yeah.
I need to write it down and, like, put it up on my wall. Like, Fair, Farrington. Anyways.
I feel weird if you did that.
Well, I won't tell you when I do.
Okay. Well, anyway, I'm sure you all are wondering what this is. Because you haven't seen one of these in, 4 months?
It's been 4 months.
It's been 4 months. But this is QuickTime Event, Episode 12, Ultra PSX Edition, Third Strike, Special Edition, Squats, Return of the QTE. And if you're wondering what that title means, it's paying homage to, is that right? Did I use that word right?
Homage, yeah. I
Yeah,
think.
paying homage to the Street Fighter V announcement and how they ridiculously name all of their games. So there you go. QTE, it's back.
QTE, it's back. Yeah. Thank you to our patrons for making this possible on Patreon, because we set one of our goals as once we get it or whatever, we were going to return with QTE. And so here's our.
This one was kind of spur of the moment.
Yeah, this one just kind of happened. I had an idea when I was walking back to my car from class today, and I was like, "Hey, we should totally do this as a QuickTime event."
And now we are.
Yep. So if you're not really familiar with it or don't really remember, since it's been 4 months, QuickTime Event is a shorter podcast than our other one, which today is probably not going to be the case. But the special thing about QuickTime Event is that we have a timer and we time everything we talk about. It depends on what the topic is that week, on how much time we're going to give ourselves. Since this is for the PlayStation Experience event, and there were so goddamn many announcements.
So many.
Let's see, how many do we have on our list right here? 31.
Oh wow, it got more.
Yep. So for every one of those, we're going to give ourselves 2 minutes on the clock to talk about. What we're going to do is we're going to read off the announcement as quickly as we can, but not like speeding through so you can't understand it. And then we're going to hit the clock and talk about it for 2 minutes. And if we don't have enough to say, we'll move on. Who cares? But if we hit the 2 minutes and we're not done talking, we have to move on. So that's kind of the unfortunate part about it, but it gets us through everything. So
yeah, people love these.
Yes, QuickTime Event's fun. I love QuickTime Event, and I'm glad we're bringing it back. Now that winter break is coming up in a week and a half, I will have much more time, and this will probably have many more QuickTime Event podcast episodes going up.
Yay!
Yay! Okay, let's do this. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right. Do you want to go every other one, or
that's fine.
We did not claim these?
No, we didn't. Let's just alternate.
Okay. Do you want to start? Or do you want me to?
All right, first one. So we have keep in mind this is all PSX news, so that's the overlying factor. Anyway, the first 15 minutes of the Uncharted 4 gameplay was shown, or well, not first 15 minutes, but everything you see in that we saw in the video was in game in real time. It was running at 1080p and a stable 30 hertz.
Yeah, I think that's maybe frames per second, but I don't even know.
Okay. Well, 30 hertz. There you go, people. Anyway, and it was gorgeous, if you haven't seen it. It also showed off Drake's brother, who is played by Troy Baker.
Okay.
So, yeah, he's in another game.
2 minutes on the clock, and go. God damn, that fucking trailer was beautiful.
Yeah, it was really gorgeous. That's kind of all I have. Oh, well, I guess it was gorgeous in the setup of the level where, the architecture just like played into everything you did.
Yep.
That was really nice and looked really smooth.
Two things that popped for me during the trailer was, one of the moments when Drake scooted up against the rock to go into stealth and waited for the guy to turn the corner, and then he grabbed him and slammed him into the wall or whatever. Hey, I instantly was like, okay, so Naughty Dog has learned a lot from The Last of Us, because that is clearly from The Last of Us, which can only be a good thing if they're using stealth mechanics from The Last of Us. That's going to add a whole nother level to Uncharted going forward, and that's awesome.
Yeah. I mean, it looks like it's going to be fun. And I say that's special coming from me because I have not played an Uncharted game because I have not enjoyed the controls or cared. So
yeah,
I'm actually probably going to pick this one up because it looks like it's going to be a romp in the park and skipping through the meadows. I don't know, whatever.
The other thing that kind of appealed to me was I noticed that it looked like the gunplay had been improved.
Mm-hmm.
I've played all of the Uncharted games, and that was always the worst part of every one of the games for me, is the gunplay just felt way off. Felt like it didn't belong. Even though you were murdering, like 1,000 fucking pirates and stuff, it just didn't feel good. And it looked like it was another thing that was pulled from The Last of Us. It looked really, really tight. It looked better. And I also liked the fucking, like you were saying, the environmental tie-in. Like that whole throwing the rope up and swinging thing and landing on people and stuff.
He's
like,
Spider-Man now.
Awesome. That was really, really fucking cool. But yeah, the game looks gorgeous. I cannot wait for that one.
Yeah, and actually, by chance, have you seen the picture that compares Drake from Uncharted 3 to what he looks like now?
Yeah.
Oh well.
That's the clock.
Look that up, people.
So, moving on. The next announcement, Sony's exclusive baseball title, MLB 15. The show now has a release date. It will arrive on March 31st, 2015 on PlayStation 4, PlayStation 3, and Vita. Go. I don't really care.
I don't either.
I'm not a baseball fan. However, I do know that this series has a huge fan base.
This is true.
So that's good news. Good news for everybody, and interesting that it's March 31st. I mean, I guess whatever. That's right before the end of the fiscal year. So.
Oh well, I mean, they normally pull in a good amount of change from that. So.
Yep. So that'll be good for them. So we're not going to spend any more time on this.
All right, let's move on.
Moving on.
All right, moving on. Topic 3 out of 31. Good God. So, Bungie has announced yet another round of timed exclusive content for its PlayStation user base. These include the exclusive strike, The Undying Mind, which takes place on Mars, and you fight a giant Hydra again. There's an exotic 4-barreled shotgun, and the content launched today alongside the Dark Below expansion. And Adam Boyes explained the content will remain exclusive to PlayStation customers until at least fall 2015.
Okay, 2 minutes. Go.
The strike looks like it's going to be very hectic, which goes along well with the Will of Crota, because I play that now, and it's very, very hectic. And the 4-barrel shotgun is not all that great.
So you played the other strike this morning, right?
Yes, I did.
And it was pretty good?
It's good. It gets a little like crazy at points, but yeah, it's good.
And what's not good about the 4-barrel shotgun or whatever?
It's okay. It's just not all that great because it's like automatic.
Yeah.
It's an automatic shotgun, but it only holds, you can only carry 5 shots.
Yeah.
Or it only holds 5 shots. So you're going to hit someone really hard with the first 4, and then it's going to be like a poke with the last one. Although the perks aren't bad. It's just, I don't like it.
Is
I
it
don't like shotgun in this game anyway.
Is it one of those things that may have to be improved with a patch in the future, like most of the other exotics?
That's a possibility. I'm actually just going to look up what it does, even though our time might already be out for all I know.
Yeah, we got another minute.
Okay, well, it's electric, and it has final round, so that means the last round does bonus damage, but
yeah.
I don't know. It just doesn't look all that amazing.
So, now, I obviously haven't been playing Destiny, and I won't have a chance to play any of this stuff for another month or so until I get some more money, but, should Xbox users be jealous? Should they be upset that they don't get to play either of those, or they don't get to play the strike or use the barrel or the shotgun for another year?
I don't really think so, because the Fourth Horseman is what the shotgun's called. It's not all that great, like I said. And, Undying Mind, it's a strike. You'll be alright.
You don't think it's gonna be anything worth, getting upset?
I mean, I'm sure it's gonna be good, but it's not worth getting upset over.
Yeah.
There's still a bunch of other stuff you can be doing.
True. There's a ton of stuff. Destiny's full of it.
Yeah.
So, that's the 2 minutes.
Yay.
Moving on to the next. Oh god, my timer just said like 99 point something. I was like, no! Okay. The next announcement. Killing Floor 2 is coming to PlayStation 4. Tripwire Interactive announced that the sequel to their greatly successful title, Killing Floor, will be making its way to PS4. The original Killing Floor has sold more than 3 million copies, and more than 10 million pieces of DLC have also been sold. Okay, go. After watching the trailer for it, like, at the very beginning of it, I was like, this game looks kind of stupid. Like, it didn't look graphically very good or anything. And it just looked like another shooter run around and shoot monsters and stuff. But, as it went on, seeing the crazy, like, different designed monsters and all the different weapons he was using and all the death and stuff, I was like, this game is kind of looking cool. Like, I could see myself playing this.
Yeah, it's interesting because I'm actually a big fan of the Horde mode, which I'm sure was in games before this, but like, in in Gears, I forgot which Gears it was when they introduced it. But like I said, that I'm sure it existed before that, but I really like Horde mode, and that, from what I've seen, that's all Killing Floor is. It's Horde mode.
Now, Horde mode is just like infinite waves of enemies dropping into a world with you, right? And you just run around staying alive.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, that's the same vibe I got from this game. And yeah, if it's, we don't know a whole lot of information about it. If it's multiplayer or something like that, where we could all, I don't know, $14.99 game or something, we all buy it and play it together and just kill fucking monsters together, that'd be fucking awesome.
Yeah.
But I don't know a whole lot about it, unfortunately. But I am interested. That is the one good thing. There were a few games that were announced that I was just like, but this is one of those that the Tripwire did just enough with their trailer and their announcement that I was like, okay, I'm gonna be paying attention to this one. This is one of those indie games, those littler games that I'm really looking forward to.
Honestly, I'm at a point where, there's that point wherever you think of information where it's like, I want to know the answer, but I don't really care to look it up.
Yeah.
I'm at that point with the Killing Floor, because apparently Killing Floor is the name of a virus or something in the game. I don't know, because it said there, in the trailer, it says that it was like, it's been 10 days or something since the Killing Floor outbreak.
Oh.
It's like, what? That's a horrible name for a virus.
Interesting. Okay, next story.
Alright, so, the indie game, The Forest, some of you probably have played on Steam, is coming to the PlayStation 4 as well. It's a first-person, open-world survival game, and it's going to be launching soon. Maybe not soon. I don't know. Who knows? There are no missions, no NPCs telling you what to do, and no text to float around in the middle of the screen telling you where to go. It's very open, and it's going to use, if you use the PS4 share feature, it makes it even easier for players, as people can show off the bases they have built and places they've encountered, or just how many trees they've cut down. And in multiplayer, hearing the crackling walkie-talkie out of the DualShock controller will add an extra layer of realism and brings players deeper into the experience.
Go.
I've seen gameplay of The Forest, and it looks interesting. It's like, it's very survival, I guess. I mean,
yeah.
As of so far, I haven't really seen anything that's like amazing about it, though.
I don't remember if it was somebody on our team who said it in one of the chats, or if it was something I saw on Twitter. But when that game was announced, somebody was like, looks like Don't Starve, but 3D.
It's a lot less Tim Burton-y.
Well, yeah, it's the same kind of game is what I mean. Open world survival, you have to find a way to live. You have no information and you just do stuff. Stay alive.
I know the plot of it is, you were on a plane and it crashes on this island and you had your son with you, and when you wake up, there's like I don't think they're undead, but they're like tribesmen, I guess, who are really pale and stuff, and one of them's taking your son. So I guess the whole point is survive and find out what's going on with that, but I have not seen anyone actually get into like the meat of the story, assuming there is any.
Yeah. The premise of the story is obviously not anything new. We've seen the whole crash on an island and find a way off, or find a way to survive, or find out the mystery millions of times. Lost. Far Cry, all these different stories or games and shows. But Gilligan's Island. I definitely interested in this game. I'm a huge fan of Don't Starve. That's actually one of the first roguelike games I'd ever played. And if it's anything like that, trying to figure out how to craft things, how to survive, how to do all this stuff, then I'm so into that. And with PS4 share and being able to live stream it, that'll be awesome.
Yeah, and I know it has multiplayer too, so that's pretty cool.
Oh, Has multiplayer? Damn.
Well, yeah, that was in the thing, but yeah.
Oh.
I just realized I repeated myself.
Anyways, next announcement. Red Hook Studios announced that their dungeon crawling RPG, Darkest Dungeon, will be coming to PS4 and Vita in 2015. Darkest Dungeon asks a lot from its players and the heroes they command. It will challenge you to think like a sports coach or a field commander, gilding a roster of fallible, stressed out adventurers and stuff work, let alone reclaiming your ancestral estate from the clutches of a timeless evil. Heroes will get injured, stressed, and even die. It is an uncompromising experience that will not coddle you. The game saves all the time, and death is permanent, so your decisions really do matter. Okay, go.
From the trailer, I did not get like 90% of what you just said from the trailer.
Exactly, I didn't
So,
either.
it looks, aesthetically it looks very interesting, but it doesn't interest me from what I saw. It was like, okay, you had a trailer that looked like what are they called? Like the, plague doctors from way back in the day.
With the bird
The
masks.
Yeah, it's like you had that and you had some kind of like obscure quote at the end. That didn't look fun.
Yeah, to me, it looks a lot like that, Vita game that came out a few years ago, Dragon something, or...
Dragon's Crown?
Dragon's Crown, yeah. Aesthetically looks like that, but like 2D art style, walking side to side, that kind of thing. Which is it's not for me. That's not I don't like that art style very much, so that immediately turned me away from it. Mm-hmm. And like you said, I didn't get any of that stuff from the trailer. Like, whenever I was researching stuff for this podcast, when I was going to the PlayStation blog and, to find out all the information about all these games, like, I had to read all of that, and I was like, oh, wow, that sounds way more interesting than just that silly trailer we got to watch.
Yeah.
Because there's like this whole stress mechanic that you'll have to go read. There's no way I can begin to explain it. But all your players will get stressed over time, and it can cause them to fucking lose their minds and freak out and like fuck everything up for you and stuff.
Oh.
And it's like, whoa.
That's a lot more interesting than everything I saw about it already. So
yeah.
I mean, I guess time will tell. I don't know if is that coming for Vita?
Yeah, PS4 and Vita.
Okay. Well, I might play it on Vita. I don't think I would ever take time out to play it on PS4 though.
I agree. It looks to me like a Vita game. For me, obviously. Other people will like it on PS4, but it looks to me like a handheld game.
It's one of those games, if it comes to PS Plus, I'll probably give it a try. If not, I probably won't.
Yeah. Okay, moving on.
Alright, Supergiant Games. You love them. The makers of Transistor and First, Bastion, are bringing Bastion to the PS4 and the PlayStation Vita. It's going to be available in 2015, and will support cross-buy. And so that means if you purchase either, you get the other one. And also, they're looking to support cross-save, which would, where you save data transfers seamlessly between both devices. So that's great. They're working with the team at what is that? Blitworks. Blitworks to create new versions of the game. Blitworks is behind great PS4 and Vita translations of games like Spelunky and Fez. Oh, Fez actually came out pretty nice beyond the person who made it. Yeah. Supergiant explains Bastion as, and I quote, "If you've played Transistor before, you'll find that Bastion was created with the same set of values. It's a game you can pick up and start playing immediately, designed to draw you in with rich atmospheric storytelling and tight responsive gameplay. Other than that, though the experience of Bastion is very different, an action role-playing game with an emphasis on the action, and whose reactive narration system makes for a memorable and personal tale." Bleh.
Bleh. Okay, 2 minutes on the clock, and go.
I played this on PC. I absolutely loved it, and I wish I would have finished it, but it deleted my save file for some reason. So this looks like Bastion seems like it'd be a really good fit for Vita.
So you did play it. So
yes.
You played it on PC. Okay. I've never played Bastion. What was it? Was it 360 and PC?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, see, I never played it. For some reason, wasn't interested. I guess this was during the time when I really didn't like Vitas. Like, I was just like, I don't want anything other than AAA. Which, obviously now I look back on it, I was like, that's silly of me to do, because I'm different now. I'm the opposite of that. But I've started, Transistor, and I absolutely love it. Like, I can't wait to get back to finish it. I have so many backlog games right now that it's going to take me a little bit to finally get to finish it. But since I do love Transistor so much, I can't wait to play Bastion. I knew nothing about it until reading this because it just, like I said, I just wasn't interested in indie games, so I didn't know anything about it back then.
Yeah, I was in the same boat. I wasn't really interested. Then I just like randomly picked it up on a friend's computer and I played with controller and it's just like, it's a lot of fun. It's, you're moving around, you're hitting stuff and shooting stuff and it's a good game, and they're right. The narrator. Mm-hmm. I don't know why it feels like I pronounced that weirdly. The narrator is great, and that like him responding actively to what you're doing is awesome.
Have you played Transistor?
No, I haven't, unfortunately.
Yeah, the narrator is great in that because the narrator is your sword in Transistor, and he has little like jokes that are just fucking hilarious whenever you're paying attention to it. But anyway, so yeah, I'm really excited about this. I can't wait to be able to play it. You said you wanted to play it on Vita, right?
Yeah.
As much as this is probably a really good Vita game, I'll probably get it for PS4 just because I played Transistor on PS4 or I've played it and it's beautiful on it and I love the controller experience. But
well, you get it on PS4, you get it on Vita.
That's true. I for some reason forgot about that.
It's alright, it's a QTE. We're moving quick.
Moving on to story number 8 out of 31. Orcs Must Die will be coming to PlayStation 4 in 2015 in an Unchained version.
Oh.
The PlayStation blog described it as a fortress siege game that blends some of our favorite elements of tower defense games, third-person shooters, and all things funny. Orcs Must Die Unchained is the series' first foray into PlayStation, and PlayStation players will start huge online multiplayer fights for control of the rifts. Collect digital cards in-game and build your own custom decks of minions, traps, and spells. Level up your heroic weaver abilities, lead your armies into enemy rifts, or build the best trap kill box to defend your own fortress from mountains of mindless minions. That's right. This fight is so big that we can't describe it without alliteration. And go.
I played it once. I played the demo once. It was okay, but I mean,
yeah, I'm kind of in the boat, same boat. I've never played it. I don't know. I know that the series is pretty popular. In fact, I think one of our former writers was a huge fan of the series.
Oh.
But I'm not. I don't know. Yeah. I've never played it and it just doesn't look interesting to me.
Like, it's good for someone, just not good for me, and I guess apparently not good for you.
Yeah. And now, I mean, depending on price and PlayStation Plus and all that, all those different things, I may end up giving it a chance. Mm-hmm. And it may be a good time waster or something like that, but it certainly doesn't look like one of those games where I'm gonna buy and spend 50, 60 hours playing it and loving it or anything like that.
Nah. So I guess we can move on from there.
Yep, that wraps up that.
Speeding through a little bit. Alright, story 9. Indie House announced that their upcoming title, Skytorn, will be hitting PlayStation 4 alongside the already announced platforms. If you want to know what those are, you're going to have to use Google, because I don't. Skytorn takes place in a crumbling and decaying world in the sky. Survivors hold on to the remnants of technology left behind by the fading old society, searching for clues to reunite what was lost in forgotten dungeons deep within the islands of the sky. Now overrun with dark and dangerous creatures, hold the secrets to what once was. You play as a traveler who uses her trusty shovel to dig through terrain and fight off hostile creatures. As you roam the island, you discover new enchantments for your shovel, such as one that electrifies your enemies, and another that creates solid ground where you swing. And dig deep enough, and you'll uncover the treacherous dungeons. Ooh. A small outpost clings to the surface of the island where the survivors may help you prepare before venturing into the depths.
So, 2 minutes. Go.
I like this one.
You did?
Yeah.
The trailer, did it appeal to you?
Yeah, I mean, it has that really nice, 32, 64, I don't know. It looked like a pixel game, so.
Yes.
It's a pixel game, and it, like, has kind of elements of, like Metroid and Terraria and Minecraft.
Yeah, that's
and
what I was thinking.
SteamWorld Dig. So, I mean, if you haven't played SteamWorld Dig, people, that's fun. And if this is digging and you're killing things with a Shovel Knight, it looked like fun to me.
Yeah, it's definitely, all those games you just mentioned, it felt like it was channeling those games. Mm. I don't know. My problem with the game is more so with the graphics because it's so hard for me to play games that are graphically like that. Like, as good as some games are, I just can't see myself ever playing them because of that. And whether or not that's good or bad or I'm stupid for it, whatever. But the premise sounds awesome and the gameplay looks fun, but it's just, I don't know. Hopefully I'll get over that someday and be able to play it, but as of right now, I just can't.
I mean, as per everything else that's been announced, maybe PS Plus.
Yep, exactly. If it comes out on PlayStation Plus, then you can guarantee I'm going to purchase it, and I'll probably end up playing it a little bit.
Yeah, PlayStation Plus is so wonderful. I just want to say that.
God, yeah, it is.
It's making me get a Vita because it has given me so many Vita games.
Yeah, right. I love the backlog.
Yeah.
Okay, so is that it?
Yeah. Until we know more, there's not really much to say about it.
Next news, the PlayStation Vita title, Severed, was announced during the keynote.
Hype.
In blah, blah, blah. Okay. Sorry. In Severed, you could take control of a one-armed heroine wielding a living sword. You'll be using touch-based mechanics to employ offensive and defensive techniques against a variety of enemies. You gain abilities by wearing totems, which are armor pieces that are created from the remains of defeated bosses. The abilities that come with them are like Sunder, which can be used both in combat and to destroy enemy defenses and exploration to shatter impassable barriers. And the order in which you find and kill these bosses also determines the order in which you get these abilities, which will affect how you play. One of the key mechanics of the game is the ability to force enemies into a vulnerable state that allows you to cut off one or more of their body parts. There is only a limited amount of time in which to choose and accurately cut these parts off. Acquired enemy pieces are used to upgrade equipment and abilities. Expect Severed to launch in spring of 2015. And it's being brought to you by the folks that made Guacamelee. Go.
I'm hype. I'm so hype. This game looks like so much fun, and that is, I know I said this already, but that is really rare coming from me because I hate touchscreen games.
Yeah, what about it is so exciting?
Visually, it looks amazing to me. Personally, I really like the art style. It looks like a work of art. And for one, I love colors in games because, we've been through that really big drought of just like grays and browns. Mm-hmm. So, I really like that. And, also I think the touch combat is actually looking really nice. It reminds me of Infinity Blade, where you can parry and stuff. So when someone's about to swing, you can swing against them or swipe against them, and it'll parry them, and that's what sends them into that vulnerable state. And also the story actually sounds kind of interesting, and I don't know what it is, but I want to know more. And also I'm a sucker for crafting and like visual changes on my character, so the fact that does happen looks really fun.
Yeah, I'm currently watching the trailer over just to refresh myself on some of it, and right off the bat, the thing you mentioned about the colors just pops. It's so bright and colorful, all these different shades of different colors, like greens and pinks and oranges and yellows, and you're right about that. That's definitely a switch up from all the dull colors we've had in previous years.
Yeah.
But it's no different than Guacamelee. It's
same. I'm actually okay with that. I never played it, but I like the visuals of it.
Yeah. See, I've never played Guacamelee either, so I'm personally really don't know what to expect about this one. But the mechanic of it, like you were mentioning, the whole swiping and chopping stuff off and a touchscreen responsive combat, that's definitely interesting to me.
Yeah.
Depending on how they pull it off, that's something else. We'll see. But it's something that definitely appeals to me, and I want to try it, so.
Yeah, and it's a dungeon crawler, so, well.
Well, you got that in at least.
Yeah.
Alright, next news.
Alright, next news is piece number...
11.
I lost my place. 11, there we go. Octodad, Dabliest Catch is coming to Vita early next year. Yay. I guess we should give a little bit more. If you don't know what that is, it's the zany game where you play as an octopus who's trying to masquerade as a human male and is married and has children somehow. They're human children.
With humans.
And it's a human wife who somehow doesn't know that her husband's octopus. I don't know.
And I think he's been doing it for like 20 years or so, or something.
Yeah,
it's
been a while. And he wears a suit, and you pretty much, the point of the game is getting him through different situations. Like, I admit the only one I've seen is you go to the aquarium because your wife tricks you into it essentially, and not maliciously, but the kids want to go, so she tricks you into it. And you go to the aquarium, and your whole goal is to not be noticed and found out. Your very obvious secret can't be seen.
Okay. 2 minutes ago. I have played Octodad.
Oh.
I have beaten Octodad, and it was very, 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 very frustrating because of the whole leg controls with the dual sticks, and but that being said, it was also hilarious, and it was really, really fun to play. And I had turned it into a drinking game. And so I was drinking while playing it during part of the game, and it was, oh god, it was so much fun, and brings so many laughs when you have somebody there drinking with you, watching you fuck up over and over. Like, climbing a ladder was the worst thing ever. Like, I could not climb ladders. So I'm just trying to imagine what it would be like on Vita. And yeah, the Vita has dual sticks, so you could technically be able to do it like that, but it just seems strange. It would be weird. I don't know.
Yeah. I'm not really excited for it, but I mean, from what I've seen, that looks like it would be very difficult.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
I'm interested in, I don't remember. Is it cross-buy, do you know? I don't remember that.
I don't remember.
Octodad, Vita, cross-buy? Question mark? It doesn't say anything, so according to Dr. Google, damn. Yeah, it doesn't say anything. Damn. Well, anyways, I was gonna say if it's cross-buy, then I'll definitely get it on Vita, since I already own it on PS4, and I'll play it then and give a good review for it or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a great game. It's really funny. He's got a hella catchy fucking theme song. I love that Octodad. Like, it's so funny.
I've never heard it.
You've never heard it? Oh,
no.
God. Okay. Next news. Shovel Knight will officially be making its way to PlayStation platforms.
Yay.
Oh, everybody cheer. Okay. Shovel Knight will arrive on PS4, PlayStation 3, and PlayStation Vita in 2015. It will include special platform-specific content, backtouch implementation, Twitch TV integration, cross-save, and more. And Yacht Club Games is working with Sony Santa Monica to feature Kratos from God of War in Shovel Knight. And so there's this little GIF, whatever the fuck you want to call it, because you're stupid, of Kratos as I don't know, 18, 16-bit, whatever the fuck they use. A bit character, yeah. Like slashing with his fucking dual blades, and oh, it's so cool.
It looks really nice.
Now I've never. Okay, anyway, sorry.
Yeah, we
2
should
minutes.
start this down now.
I've never played Shovel Knight. I didn't play it on Wii U or anything like that. And going back to what I had mentioned earlier, it's because of the graphics that I'm not interested in it. However, I've heard so many good things about this game that I think
loves it.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to give it a chance.
Yeah, I'm actually this is another one of those games that I think will be right at home on Vita that I hope to play on Vita. So, and also the inclusion of God of War is that he's actually like a boss you can fight, but from what I heard, you can't actually play as him, which I was a little sad about.
Aw, that sucks.
Yeah,
but still cool that he's in it.
Yeah.
Definitely something that nobody expected, and whenever it was shown, everyone was like, "Wow, wait, was that Kratos? Did that just happen? Did we imagine that?" Like, I remember seeing Twitter just explode about that. Like, oh my god, that's so cool. I
kind of wonder how they got this away from Nintendo.
Well, it's an indie dev. I mean, Nintendo didn't publish it.
Oh, okay. Well, never mind then. I guess that's how they got it.
Well, as far as I know, I can verify that real quick. Developer, Yacht Clubs, publisher, Yacht Club. Yep. Okay. They published it by themselves. We actually interviewed them.
Yep.
On the Mong podcast back during the summer. I don't remember what episode that was, but if you want to hear that interview where we talked all about this game and their team and how they went about it and stuff, and even the question of whether or not it would come to other platforms came up, I believe.
Oh.
And they were kind of not sure about anything. They didn't want to say anything, but so I wonder how long this has been in the works, because that's really good news that's coming.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
It'll be good.
Yes, it will. All right, moving on.
All right. It's my turn, right?
Yep.
Oh, yeah. I guess. So, Rocksteady Games showed off another Ace Chemicals infiltration trailer. Yeah, that's for Batman. Okay. In the trailer, we see Batman remote control the Batmobile to solve puzzles and push his combat skills to the limit as he tackles a room full of armed mercenaries to save the Ace Chemicals workers. Plus, you also got to see the first reveal of the showdown between the Batmobile and Arkham Knight's powerful attack helicopter. That's the enemy, by the way, just so we're clear. And at the end of the trailer, we also got a look at the PlayStation exclusive Scarecrow Nightmare missions. I just want to say Scarecrow is horrifying in that game.
Yeah, I mean, there's not really a whole lot to say about this trailer.
Yeah.
I am really, really excited about this game. And June 2nd, I think, is when it comes out or something like that. But the only thing I could really say about the trailer that we don't already know or we haven't already seen cool stuff was the whole Scarecrow thing. Like you just said, like when that Scarecrow part happened at the end, I was like, damn, that looks awesome.
Yeah, I don't really have anything to say about this. I admit, like, I'm a fan of comics and everything, but something, I don't know, something, I guess it was, Assassin's Creed that turned me off of games that, like, are a lot of climbing and stealth, and it, like, playing Assassin's Creed and Metal Gear Solid on top of each other kind of turned me off on stealth and shit, so.
Wait, so have you not played any of the Arkham games?
I played the very first one. I have not cared to play any of the ones since.
Oh my god, that's crazy. Cause I was kind of the same as you, before I played the first one, which I played earlier this year, actually, in January. Mm-hmm. And I finally was like, okay, you know what? Everyone talks about these games like they're fucking, the best ever. I need to give it a shot. And so I played the first one. It was immediately like, I need to play the next one. It was like, damn, this is fun.
Yeah, I know they're good. I can't do stealth anymore.
I hear you. There's a lot of games that have stuff like that that are the same way for me.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on. Next news, Suikoden 2 is now available on PlayStation 3 and Vita. It's a PlayStation 1 classic on PSN as of today for $6.99, I believe. I think that was or maybe $5.99. I could verify that again. Somebody said $9.99, and then I saw a tweet saying it was lower. You know what? Fuck it. I'm not even gonna verify. That's all.
It's one of the .99s.
Yep. So 2 minutes is on the clock and we're going. I never played Suikoden or Suikoden 2 on its, PlayStation 1 when it was originally released.
Yeah.
So I don't really care about this. However, I know it's extremely popular.
Yeah.
And people have been begging for this game.
Yeah, I heard it's like one of the best RPGs out there, so I'll probably give it a try at some point, especially like when I get my Vita. I know I keep saying that.
When you get your Vita.
When I get my Vita, all the games are going to be played. But, yeah, I watched like a little 5 random facts video, and it doesn't look bad. It looks like since it was a pixel graphics, which of course you don't like, but, it kind of holds up, so.
Yeah, well, I will admit that it does hold up. I have seen stuff on it. I have seen several pictures and trailers and stuff. And it looks nice. It's just one of those games where it's just, if I can't bring myself to play through Final Fantasy VII or Final Fantasy VIII on my PlayStation 1 or my PlayStation 1 classic version of them or whatever that I've downloaded, then I don't think I can play this. Like, it's just, I don't know.
Fun fact, Jared Petty from IGN just put up why Suikoden 2 is the best game you've never played. And one of his things is it's pretty much Dragon Age Inquisition meets Game of Thrones.
See, now that's appealing to me. But it's still, I don't know. It's hard for me to play those PS1 games anymore.
I completely understand that.
Looking at the graphics right now, as good as it does hold up, I'm just like, I don't want to play this. It's just, I have Dragon Age I could play now. You know, like I have a Game of Thrones
It's not
game.
Dragon Age and Game of Thrones.
Yeah,
See?
that's true, but I could play them both separately as themselves, and it'll be cool too.
I think this topic is done.
Well, we have 4 seconds.
Oh.
All right, moving on.
All right, so story number 15, the title story that I named this podcast, this QTE after, Street Fighter V was officially announced and will be console exclusive to PlayStation 4. It will also be on PC, just so you know. And they say that it will have cross-platform play between the two. So that's kind of cool. And, there was actually another Street Fighter announcement that got completely overshadowed by this.
Yeah.
I don't remember what it was.
Was it the 4 something?
4 Ultra Remix Super
Something
Space Edition.
Stupid edition. Anyways, here's 2 minutes on the clock.
I'm thinking there's a lot of salty people right about now.
There are, yeah. This was leaked. This news was actually leaked, I think, was it last Thursday?
Yeah, it was before the conference even happened, yeah.
Before the Game Awards, too.
Yeah.
And so everyone was like, oh my god, like, what the fuck? This was all anyone could talk about. And it was console war bitching back and forth. Well, we have Tomb Raider. Well, we have Street Fighter. And this is bullshit. How could Sony do that to us? Then other people were like, yeah, well, how about you ask Respawn Entertainment that question? It's just like, it was horrible. That entire, after this was leaked, it was bickering all over the place.
And that's all the internet is bickering, so.
Yeah, it is.
But I mean, yeah, that's interesting. I'm probably not gonna get it just cause however much I like street fighting, however much I like fighting games, Street Fighter's a little bit too slow for me, but, you know, it looks good. I really like that art style that they're sticking with, now,
a few things I have to say was, one, I don't really care about the exclusivity. I know it's gonna affect a lot of people and it makes a lot of people upset. Don't care about it. The cross-platform play thing, that is awesome. That's one of honestly, there are not very many games that do that. Final Fantasy XIV, A Realm Reborn is the one that jumps off right away in my mind. That is one of the very few who do that.
Shadowrun did it.
Shadowrun did?
Yeah.
Okay.
On the Xbox and the PC.
Xbox
360 PC.
But what I'm getting at, that kind of explains it though, is there are so few games that do that. So that's really cool.
Yeah.
But I grew up playing Street Fighter on what was it, Sega Genesis, I think?
I did too.
Back when I was a kid or whatever. Oh my god. And so watching this trailer just brought back all the feels. You know, I got goosebumps when he was like, Hadouken! I was like, oh my god! It's so cool. But anyways. Next news. Capybara Games announced that they are bringing Super Time Force Ultra HD to PlayStation 4 and Vita. What's really special about these versions is that the president of Worldwide Studios, Shuhei Yoshida, will be a playable character. Go.
Yay!
Yeah, I was like, I don't care whatsoever about this game. I'm sorry, Capybara. I never thought it was going to be interesting whatsoever. And when it was on Xbox One only, back when I didn't have an Xbox One, I was like, nope, never playing this game. But whenever the trailer happened, and they announced the whole Shuhei thing, and we got to see Shuhei as a character in the game, and I was like, oh my god, I am absolutely getting this game now.
Exactly. I don't like time travel mechanics in games, because that's just the level of puzzleness that I normally don't enjoy.
Yeah.
But seeing Shuhei Yoshida jumping around with his suit on and his smile and using his phone to attack people with tweets that say, I love PlayStation 4, I was like, yeah, I gotta play this now. It's done. I've got to.
See, what's really funny about all this is that I know so many people who get shy and fanboy over people, famous people in the industry, things like that. And I'm not that way about anybody, very, very few people. I know people who would freak out over seeing Greg Miller, and I love Greg Miller to death. He's awesome. I've listened to him for the past several years, but I wouldn't fanboy meeting him, it would be just really down to earth. The one person I can even imagine doing that over in the entire industry is Shuhei. And it's probably because of Podcast Beyond, they have built him up into this great person, And he's just so funny, and all of his tweets and everything. Like, he is the guy I fanboy over, and like I said, I absolutely am going to buy this now.
Yeah.
Solely for Shuhei.
He's just like, he's a lovable person.
Yes, he is. Lovable little guy. Okay.
But yeah, I mean, beyond us going crazy over Shuhei, I guess. Yeah. No. All right. Piece of news number 17. We're getting there, folks. We're getting there. Sony San Diego announces their new game, Killstrain. It's a fast-paced, highly addictive, top-down, competitive multiplayer action game, and it's been built from the ground up to be free-to-play title that won't punish players. I assume they mean for not buying things. Apparently, in terms of restricting their progress with microtransactions payments. Like I said, players' enemies become their teammates in the action game. Did I read that right? Players' enemies can become their teammates in the action game, and that Killstrain will feature a 5 versus 2 versus 5 team structure. Phew. This ain't one for equality, people. The new game is coming to PlayStation 4 sometime in 2015.
And go.
I don't even remember the trailer for this.
I don't either. I don't think they even showed a trailer for it.
I know they did. I remember seeing the trailer. I just don't remember anything that was in it.
The thing I remember about this is that they have a alpha sign up or beta sign up or something. Yep. And then that immediately we were like, oh my god, let's go sign up for that, even though we have no idea what this is. And the game's website, the game's website was down for a little bit because so many people were trying to access it and stuff. And eventually we both signed up. But, I don't know. Top-down shooter, it didn't sound interesting to me. As much as I love other games that do the same thing. Dead Nation. Love Dead Nation. But, I don't know. The game, I don't know.
I guess if we get in the alpha, we'll be able to find out more about it and decide if it's good or not for us, but.
True.
It's a game.
I just found some more information about it, so since we don't really have anything else to say about it, I can read it off.
Go ahead.
It says, play across a frozen tundra where an experimental energy source has been unearthed and an outbreak threatens to spread across the globe. What is waiting in the strain? Take on the role of a human mercenary tasked with containing the outbreak, a mutated abomination hell-bent on infecting those who have come to silence them, or perhaps both. When the battle changes and your teammates are no longer on your side, will you persevere? When plans turn to frantic last-ditch efforts and you find yourself increasingly isolated, will you adapt? Okay. So anyways, you can sign up for the beta if you go to their website, which is literally just killstrain.com. So
convenient.
Yeah, very convenient. So let's move on.
All right. Sounds good to me.
Sony San Diego announced we already read that. Sorry. Tim Schafer announced that Grim Fandango and Day of the Tentacle Remastered will be coming to PlayStation 4 and Vita. Grim Fandango Remastered, well, I guess we already knew Grim Fandango was coming to PlayStation 4, didn't we? Maybe not Vita.
Yeah.
Grim Fandango Remastered will be available on January 27th, 2015 for PlayStation 4, PlayStation Vita, and PC. We do not know the release date for Day of the Tentacle Remastered, but look out for that in the future. Go.
I mean, Grim Fandango, I watched their little interview with him, and it's a remaster, so they have the option to go back with between the old visuals and the new visuals and
that's
such.
Cool.
Yeah, and it's weird. Like, it doesn't look very different, but you can tell where things have been like vastly improved. Mm-hmm. Like the lighting is different, and the textures, I guess, are like a lot more crisp and refined, but at the same time, it looks exactly like Grim Fandango, which I guess, should be expected, but it still has that same charming, square feel, I guess.
Square feel. Okay.
Well, most everything in the game is kind of like squarey. So squarey. That's
squarey. It's a good new adjective.
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't play the game when it was first released, so I'm not a fan of the series or the game by any means. So I honestly didn't get excited when it was first announced that it was coming to PS4. So I'm like whatever about this whole this whole game, and I honestly have never even heard of Day of the Tentacle until this announcement happened. So that's another game where I'm just like, okay.
As I remember, it was a point-and-click adventure, which it was.
Yeah, it is
kind of popular, I guess. But honestly, when he came on stage and he's like, "Yeah, we're remaking something," I was like, "Well, they already announced Grim Fandango. It has to be Psychonauts." But
and it wasn't.
Yeah.
But yeah, I know that Grim Fandango has a big fan base, and there's a lot of people really excited about playing it on PS4. It's just I'm not one of them, unfortunately, this time.
I think the time where I wanted to play it has passed, because I know way back in the day I tried to play it on my PC, but my PC was too good for it. So.
Next news.
Alright, so Funbits Interactive announced that their newest game, Fat Princess Adventures, is coming to PlayStation 4.
What?
Up to 4 players. What?
Sorry, go on.
Up to 4 players will adventure together in this casual co-op RPG, featuring plenty of fast-paced action. It's the hack and slash type of action. And Funbits Interactive promises more details in the weeks and months to come.
And go. Did you ever play the original Fat Princess?
Yes, I did. I thought it was pretty fun.
Yeah, I did too.
It's like the cuteness underlies the gore.
Yeah. This game kind of reminds me of, I don't even remember what it was called. There was an Xbox 360 exclusive game that was really similar to Fat Princess. And since this is like 4-player Fat Princess, like that's exactly what it reminds me of.
Happy Wars?
Happy Wars, that was it!
Okay.
Yeah. So this reminds me of that. And which is exciting because I really enjoyed Happy Wars.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Fat Princess is like, it's really charming, and I think they said it's not going to play exactly like the old Fat Princess did. I'm kind of like, not blazing. What is the word? I'm so tired. I can't think of words right now. I'm like blanking on like the terms and stuff that they use and how they said it was going to be different, but I think they said there might be a mode where you don't even have a princess, I think. I don't know.
I have no idea.
Don't take me at face value right now, people. I'm very tired.
Yeah, he was up all night. What was I gonna say? Balls. I just forgot now. You're affecting me! Oh no!
I'm gonna have some cake after this.
Isn't Fat Princess in, Super Smash Bros. PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale?
Yes.
Yeah, that's one of those things where everyone kind of found it funny that the PlayStation mascots were all in it and like the ones nobody really cares about. One of them was Fat Princess.
Yeah.
It's like, nobody really cares. I don't know. I'm interested in the game. It looks silly, it looks fun. So we'll see how it turns out.
Yeah.
Alright. Next bit of news. Let's see if I can pronounce this correctly. I know I pronounced it once correctly. Funomena? I don't remember.
Yeah, just go with it.
They announced what they've been working on, which is called Watum, I think. I don't know how that's pronounced either. Which is coming to PlayStation 4. The trailer shown was about a square-shaped person who is the mayor of the world in the game. They plan on revealing more about the game and its characters throughout 2015. And go.
They really need to reveal more because that trailer was nothing.
Yeah. I remember, like, they came out and talked a little bit about it, said something about a square-shaped mayor, and we're, like, talking about the development or whatever. And I was like, you're not pulling me in whatsoever. Like, I don't care about what you're saying. And then the trailer, like you said, showed nothing.
It was like, for those of you who didn't see it, because, I can pretty much summarize everything for you, the mayor is a green square who has feet and arms and a face, and he was whistling. And he's walking out of his house, I guess, which has a hat rack. He's picking up different hats, and then he puts one on, and did it have, like, the bomb inside of it, I guess?
I don't know.
He puts on a hat, and then when he takes it off, there's a bomb on his head that's like, the fuse is slowly going down. And then he puts on a different hat, walks to the door, has trouble opening it for a minute, then when he gets outside, and then like, a few seconds later, you hear the explosion.
So yeah.
Yeah, that trailer was not, I hate to be like this, but that was a bad trailer.
Obviously they're early on in the process, so they don't have a whole lot to show us right now, and they'll show us when they have stuff. It just felt like one of those, this is a wasted effort to announce it right now when there was really nothing, especially nothing really to get people excited about. I mean, there may be a few people out there that are excited, but the majority of us were all like, what?
I'm sure there are a lot of people, or a good chunk of people who were just like, oh my god, it's so cute, I have to play it, but I was not one of those people.
Now, who knows? It could end up being the next fucking World of Warcraft. You know,
I don't think that's happen, but you have high hopes, and that's good.
We have no idea. Who knows what it'll end up being? But right now, it doesn't look like anything.
I'm sorry. My favorite game's coming up next.
Okay. So moving on. Go.
All right. Topic number 21. Dodge Roll announced their new title, Enter the Gungeon. You heard that right. Gungeon, not Dungeon. Gungeon. And it'll be coming to PlayStation 4. For those of you who don't know, well, I don't know why you would know. It's my favorite title because their catchphrase was, deep in the Gungeon, you will find a gun so powerful that it can kill the past.
I remember that.
Ridiculous, and it made me laugh so hard. So it's a gunfight dungeon crawler, and players will take control of one of several misfits, each of whom are burdened by a deep regret. That's already more than I thought this was going to be. But seeking a way to change their past, these sorry few have made pilgrimage to a distant planet where a gun that can kill the past is said. Okay, I get it now. It's ridiculous. Is said to be sealed in the deepest, darkest depths of an ancient temple to the terrifying might of firearms, the Gungeon. And by the way, all your enemies are bullets and shells, so that's fun. Like walking bullets and shells with faces and arms and legs. Into the Gungeon is a fast-paced radio shooter fused with a dungeon crawler loot fest. The Gungeon challenges players to fight, dodge roll, and table flip their way through the increasingly difficult series of floors to the bottom of the Gungeon. Each floor is filled with enemies, bosses, NPCs, shops, and secrets. The shops are managed by gunsmiths. What is that? Bats are bullets with wings. Chests are guarded by skeletons, and the gun dead. Oh my god, yes, I'm so excited for this. It's so ridiculous. And every meaningful trope of the dungeon crawler genre is skewed with the scope of a high-powered rifle. The result is a space that is their love letter to the many inventive and memorable guns of video games.
And go.
It can kill the past.
Oh, I was watching this trailer. Well, I was watching the whole conference with Erica, and whenever that was announced or whatever, we were both like, "What? Like, what the fuck?"
Oh, like I don't even like radial shooters, and I'm probably gonna play this.
Yeah, like. The whole premise of it is hilarious. Sounds awesome. Sounds funny. Sounds fun to play. But again, going back to my, what everyone hates me for is the graphics are just not appealing to me whatsoever. It's just that classic style graphics, and I just man. I don't know. Depending on price and PlayStation Plus and all that stuff, I could end up playing it. But as of right now, it's just not going to be for me, unfortunately.
But it can kill the past.
I have no reason to kill the past as of right now. But maybe they'll give me a reason to, and I might have to kill the past.
The one thing I could see as being a downside is that the skeletons and the gun dead are actually really cute. So, like they have little smiley faces and stuff. So it's just like, oh, I don't want to shoot that in the face, except for I do.
I don't want to shoot that in the face. Yeah, God, the description for it with all the puns is hilarious. I love that.
It's so wonderful. By the way, people, if you haven't seen the trailer, you should go ahead and look up the trailer.
Yeah, you should. It's crazy looking.
Oh, God.
Okay, moving on?
Yeah.
Okay, excuse me, sorry. The next project from the Unfinished Swan studio, Giant Sparrow, was announced, and it's going to be called What Remains of Edith Finch. What Remains of Edith Finch is a collection of short stories about a cursed family in Washington state, because we really need to know the area. Each story offers a chance to experience the life of a different family member, with stories ranging from the early 1900s to the present day. The gameplay and tone of the stories are as different as the family members themselves. The only constant is that each story is played from the first-person perspective, and each ends with that family member's death. You'll follow Edith Finch as she explores the history of her family and tries to figure out why she's the last Finch left alive. It'll be exclusive to PlayStation 4 when it is released in 2016.
That's a long way out.
And go.
I guess it's not. I admit, like, I'm on the fence about this one. It seems like something I normally wouldn't really care to play, but that the whole cursed family and all of them die, it's morbid, but that actually sounds like something I would like to play.
Yeah, I'm there with you. I didn't play Unfinished Swan, and when I was reading the blog post about it, the developer was like, people thought that Unfinished Swan was going to be a horror game, and they were wrong. It wasn't a horror game. People think that this game, What Remains of Edith Finch, is going to be a horror game, and that's actually a lot closer. I was like, oh, well, that's cool. The whole premise sounds really, really interesting to me. So I will probably be playing this game, but honestly, it's in 2016. The world may end by then.
Yeah, hopefully not, but I want to have kids and stuff. I want to be dead by the time the world ends.
Well, you probably will be.
I'm okay with that.
No, I'm saying that when the world ends, you'll probably die.
Well, I mean, like, I want to be dead well before the events.
Well, see, that's different.
I'm sorry, super grandkids. You can die with the world.
Super grandkids?
I'm not going to keep... I propose that should be the way, like, if there's more than, like, 3 grands, actually, more than 2 grands, that should be how we say it. Super grand.
Every one of them is super grandkid?
Yeah, you're not like grand. You're super grand.
Yeah, there's just super grand and ultra grand.
Same with, like, great.
Great. Okay. Interesting.
Oh, well, no, it's great. So super great grandkids. There we go.
So we're both in agreement that the game looks interesting and we'll both probably play it?
Yeah.
Cool.
It sounds like it's going to be like a supernatural romp, so
yeah,
that catches my interest more.
Okie dokie, moving on.
So, a new trailer was shown for the Order 1886. It showed an infiltration mission inside of the airship Agamemnon. Galahad, Percival, Igraine, and Lafayette are on a mission to stop a rebel assassination plot against the government leader. The trailer was further proof of a cinematic experience, and Ready at Dawn aims for seamless transitions from cutscene to gameplay with seemingly great success. It actually looked really good. The Order 1886 will be launching on February 20th, 2015.
And go. So you are one of the people who don't think it's really interesting looking, right?
No, visually, I think it's one of the best things that's coming. But in terms of gameplay, I guess it was because I just kept on seeing the same things over and over again.
The same few trailers and demos.
Yeah. This has kind of reinvigorated my interest. I won't say that, like, I'm a definite buy at this point, but I'm more open to it.
Yeah. Okay, so I have been one of the people all along been like, oh my god, this game looks awesome. Yeah. And I continue to be that person to describe it that way or think of it that way. The trailer itself, the whole cinematic exposure part or experience part, that was really cool. Like, it was seconds, like, from cutscene to gameplay to interacting and stuff. And depending on how they use that and how much or whatever, that could either be really, really cool or get really annoying, kind of like QuickTime events and stuff.
But we love QuickTime events.
Yeah, QuickTime events. Yeah, I don't know. The story all along and the premise all along has had me. And the gameplay has never bothered me. It's, people, I constantly see the gameplay just doesn't look like it's doing anything new. Well, it doesn't have to, it could be an over-the-shoulder shooter, and it could be just fine, cover-based shooter. It doesn't have to do anything new, and it could be great. So, I don't know, this trailer just reaffirmed my interest in it. Seeing how awesome the transitions were and the gameplay still looks to me, I can't wait. It looks awesome.
Yeah, I'll be waiting to see what the reviews say first, but I mean, it looks gorgeous, so all it needs is, bearable gameplay, and I'll probably pick it up.
Yep. Okie dokie. Moving on to story number 24. A new trailer was shown for Tearaway Unfolded on PlayStation 4. It showed off new features that use the DualShock 4. Media Molecule describes the new features as, from swiping the touchpad to unleash great gusts of wind into the world to throwing items and creatures out of your TV and into your controller. You'll be able to break the fourth wall and make your mark on the world, all while having fun with your messenger. Go.
I'm just gonna open up this. I don't really care for Tearaway, just cause it's not really a type of game that I think I would enjoy. But, that guy who was doing all the, interviews and all the presentations, his beard was magnificent.
Oh god, yeah. For those of you who don't know, behind the
Rex.
fourth wall here, we have a group chat for all of our writers on Mong, and the thing we were all talking about during this trailer was that guy's magnificent beard. We were like, God damn, that thing is awesome. It was awesome. It was beautiful.
Yeah,
Huge beard.
It wasn't even the biggest beard I've ever seen, but it was just so well groomed and it looked really good on him.
Yeah.
I guess. I don't know. His name's Rex. Go compliment Rex on his beard.
But the trailer itself and what they talked about, the new stuff, it all seemed really interesting. Media Molecule is a very good developer, and Tearaway on Vita was a very good game. It was very cute, very charming, and playing on PlayStation 4 with the DualShock 4 looks even better. It looks really cool. Some of the new features they've added into it. It's very environmental in the puzzles you do, and interactive environmental puzzles, and this just seems, it's adding a whole nother level of that puzzle mechanic to it, and I can't wait to be able to play it.
Yeah. If anything, I can say, Tearaway's always looked really cute and charming to me, personally, but it just hadn't brought me enough to sell me on it.
Yeah. I totally understand, and price can be a definite selling point for this game or not, on whether or not somebody wants to try it, somebody new to it.
Yeah.
All right,
but I mean,
moving on? Oh, sorry.
Yeah, sure. No, that's good.
We had 10 seconds.
And I was just gonna ask a question.
Go on.
The first one was successful, right? Or was it?
What?
I don't know.
It was successful?
Was the first Tearaway, did it come out to good responses?
Yeah. Critically, it
Okay.
It had really good response, I believe.
Okay. That's all I want to know.
Alright, moving on.
Okay, I think that's me.
Yep.
Number 25. Home stretch. Sega has announced that Yakuza 5 is officially coming to North America and Europe. This also, excuse me. They also announced that, Yakuza 4 and Yakuza Dead Souls are available on PlayStation Network starting, so that was Saturday.
Yeah,
so starting
Saturday.
on Saturday. Yakuza 5 continues the epic story of Kazuma Kiryu, alongside 4 other protagonists, following their struggles and conflicts in the seedy underbelly of Japan's Yakuza underworld. Featuring a new graphics engine versus its predecessor, Yakuza 5 takes players to 5 major Japanese cities to venture through a life of crime and power.
And go. I don't care.
Yeah, I don't either. I know I know people seem to really enjoy it and it gets hyped, but I've never cared for Yakuza.
Yeah, this was actually one of the games on the request thing. Like Sony has or PlayStation has this whole request program. Do you remember what the name was? Add to the list or something? Or
God, it's
form the list, or I don't even remember.
Sony
Form the list or something.
That did not give me what I wanted, so no, I don't remember the name of it.
Yeah, I'm sorry we're forgetting this. Anyways, they have this whole program where you can go to Twitter and you can hashtag that saying and you request games or whatever, and the most popular ones will hopefully get ported over. And this is one of those, was Yakuza 5. So it's really cool that there were enough fans that are getting what they want, that really wanted this game, and they put together a good enough campaign. Because everyone knows the whole freaking, signing a petition never works for anything. So this is a much better program to get what you want. And
It's true.
even though I don't care for the game or the series whatsoever, I know there are people who do. So good for them.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Yay. Yeah. So.
Yeah?
Oh, wait, was that me?
No,
that
the
was
next
me.
one. Yeah, the next one's me. Another
No,
Man's.
I want it.
There's nothing to say. Don't you want the next one too?
It doesn't matter.
Another No Man's Sky trailer was shown. It showed off the scale of the galaxy, warping, and much more. Go.
Ah!
I was like, are you about to have an orgasm based off of that?
God, I was so happy. The only No Man's Sky thing that disappointed me was the Night Under No Man's Sky thing.
Oh, what was that? The concert?
It was like a concert, and they said that they would be showing new stuff on the screen behind them, and they did, but the camera kept on going away from the screen, and I'm pretty sure I missed 90% of the new stuff.
Oh.
And so it's like, it wasn't a bunch of new stuff, it was just like a little bit. So, the concert was good though, don't get me wrong. Was it 65 Days of Static? Is that
I think that's what their name was, yeah.
Yeah, they're the people who are like doing the soundtrack for No Man's Sky. They're really good, and it sounds really nice. But, you know, I wanted more gameplay and visuals, but, you know, I'm still really, really hyped for this game.
Yeah, I'm super hyped for the game. God, the scale of the galaxy was ridiculous.
Yes. And I'm so happy they gave you a warp function now, because I remember when they were like, yeah, you probably never find your friends, and I was kind of like, oh, that's kind of a dampener.
Well, you're assuming that the warp means you can warp anywhere, saying that, right?
Well, yeah.
Maybe the warp is only warp to planets you've seen, or something like that.
Well, he said something about, like, your warp has a range, so, like, the closer you get to the center of the galaxy, you'll have more range to warp, because you'll be able to buy upgrades and stuff.
Huh. Interesting.
So, I mean, yeah, I still might never find my friends. I kind of hope that you can, though.
Yeah. We still have no idea what this game is really even about, though. Is there any structure? Do they just drop you in the universe and you just explore, and what do you do? Like, is there story? Is it Minecraft? Like, what is this?
I know they mentioned that, pretty much like, when they were like focus testing and having people play it, like some people decided to become traders, some people just decided to be explorers.
Yeah.
And like, I want to form a pirate crew. So, you know, God dang it.
Anyways.
I'm gonna be a pirate.
We'll have a talk about that later, maybe.
Yeah, hopefully. So, story number 27, David Jaffe, the, very, very foul-mouthed, but charming creator of God of War and Twisted Metal, revealed his next project, which is Drawn to Death. It's an arena shooter inside the sketches of a high school student's notebook. It's actually pretty amazing. I can't describe it. A quote from Jaffe is, "We want Drawn to Death to play like the offspring of an old school arena shooter, with updated modern sensibilities, and a hardcore brawler fighting game. We want our signature launch mode, a 4-player free-for-all deathmatch, to be action-packed, while also giving players the need and ability to master advanced environment movement, learn and exploit enemy tells, and form clever strategies that play off in big victories." Yeah.
Yep. Okay. 2 minutes. Go.
So, did you watch that video where they like explain the depth of this game?
No, I did not. I only watched the trailer and of the stuff was paying attention to the stuff he was saying when he was on stage. I didn't see anything else.
Apparently, there's a lot more to this game than just like shooting, killing people.
Really?
Like, like they were explaining that like the characters essentially have attributes. So like, there's this one guy who I think he's the guy that's his like face opens up and he has a gun inside of it. That guy?
Yeah.
I think they were explaining that his attack is like demonic. So when he's fighting against the demonic chick that's like the face of the game,
mm-hmm.
his attacks won't do as much damage because she's demonic.
Oh.
And
like elemental attack.
Kind of, yeah. And also like the undead what's it called? Dodgeball player.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, if you have him like start his attack up like early, he'll start dragging the ball along the ground, which will catch it on fire, which will do bonus damage.
Oh.
So it's like, there's like a bunch of unsaid stuff that they didn't explain, but you know, I think it was an interview.
Wait, yeah, isn't this the game where he said that they're not going to explain like anything about characters? Like they're going to give you a basic information about them and what they can do, but you're going to have to explore and see like different combos and different abilities your characters can use, and then he hopes that the community spreads them around and shares stuff like that. Isn't this that game?
I didn't hear that, but with the stuff that I heard in the interview, that is probably exactly this game.
Oh man, it looks so cool. Like
the graphics. Oh my god.
This is one of those games where at the beginning when he explained it, I was like, okay, whatever. I don't know. But when I saw the fucking trailer, I was like, damn, that looks fun. Looks really cool.
And also, like, I think I wrote an article about it, but I've been wanting arena shooters to come back. So, like, this and Overwatch, and that's the bell.
Yeah. Okay. So, moving on, during the PlayStation experience, Corey Barlog, the creative director, what?
I want his name to be Balrog so much.
Creative director at Sony Santa Monica confirmed that the next God of War is in development. He also confirmed that the new God of War game is not a prequel, like the previous God of War Ascension, although we don't know whether it's a reboot of the franchise or another title in the current series, and whether or not Kratos will be the main playable character is also unknown. Barlog said that more information about the title will be announced within the next year or two. Clearly meaning that it's going to be a while. Sorry.
Yeah, I know that they actually revealed that he actually was not supposed to say that, but just kind of like, it kind of slipped. But, well, I mean, of course that could be, what's it called? Marketing or something. I don't know. But, I imagine the word squee. Okay.
Squee.
Now, I did not make that noise, the noise that would be that word if you just said it in a high pitch and continually, but I felt like it. Okay. I love God of War, and I've been waiting to hear about a new one. And if they continue the storyline, which is what I really want them to do, because, you know, anyone who's played 3 knows that the world was, ramshackled by the end of the game.
Yeah.
So I really want to know what happens.
That's funny, because, like, I did not know you were this big of a fan of God of War. It's really
weird because I only played 3, but that one was just so amazing that, like, I really want to play the other ones, and I really want to know what happens.
You only played 3. Interesting. I didn't know that either.
I like know what happens in the other ones, but
yeah. See, I played through all of the God of War games back to back to back to back to back to back, which was probably not the best move on my part, because by the time I was done with 3, because that was the last one I played, because it was the last chronological game.
Yeah.
I was so burnt out. I was like, I never want to slash these 2 blades against anything ever again. Like, I was so burnt out. But I will admit that 3 looked gorgeous.
Yes.
Oh my god, so pretty.
Everything was so epic. Like, I think I remember like 95% of the boss kills in that game.
Mm-hmm.
Cause, you know, they're just so brutal and visceral.
Crazy.
Yeah. And like, I remember like after you kill Hercules and you both fall into the pool of water, I remember like swimming under just to see what his face looked like. And oh my god.
So we're both excited.
Yeah.
Alright, next news, yours.
Alright, next news. 29. Almost there. So Broken Age, Double Fine's Kickstarter game will be coming to PlayStation 4 and PlayStation Vita day and date with Broken Age Act 2 early next year. Tim Schafer, founder and creative director at Double Fine, took to the stage during the PlayStation experience with this announcement. The PlayStation release will include Broken Age Act 1 and 2. An exact release date for Broken Age 2 has not been revealed yet. Originally, it was supposed to launch in 2014. However, it was recently delayed until early 2015. Act 1 of the award-winning indie game is now available on Steam, and there's no word on whether or not it will be coming to Xbox One.
And go.
I don't know what this is about.
Broken Age?
Yeah. I heard it got really good reviews, but that's all I know about it.
Yeah, see, I'm in a similar boat that whenever I saw it originally announced, I was like, that looks cool, you know, but I never wanted to look into it because it was PC only. So I don't know anything about it. But the fact that it's coming to PS4 has me really, really excited. So I will play it. I do love adventure games because of Telltale. And so this is going to be one of those games that I am going to play because of the great reviews it got and because I do like adventure games. So it's good news. That's really good news.
Yeah, and I know the graphics are they're pretty charming.
Yeah.
So.
And it also helps that Frodo is the main character.
Oh, I didn't actually know that.
Yeah, God, what's his name? I blanked on it.
I had it like 2 seconds ago.
Elijah Wood.
Yes.
Elijah Wood is the main character, and so that also helps a little bit, even though he's not playing a similar character whatsoever in this game. But so yeah,
the last thing I saw him in was that dog show. So I'm
Dog
happy.
show.
It's a show where like his neighbor's dog is like he sees it as a person, and the dog is just a jerk.
I thought you were talking about Dog the Bounty Hunter.
No,
I was like, what did Elijah Wood do? Oh no!
No, it was I think it's called Fred. Maybe I don't know.
Fred.
I don't enjoy the show. I really dislike it.
Anyways, okay. Oh, it works for me. But yeah, this is good news. Really good news. Anytime we can get a game on more consoles or more platforms or whatever, that's always good. And having a PC only, it kind of sucks because a lot of people won't. Well, I mean, there are a lot of PC players, but there are a lot of console fanboys who will never touch a PC game. And I am kind of one of those. So, next news. Oh, here we go. Square Enix, revealed that Final Fantasy VII will come to PlayStation 4. Unfortunately, it will be a port of the PC version. However, it is going to arrive on PlayStation 4 in spring 2015. So during the same time that Final Fantasy, I've totally lost the Type 0 HD is coming to PlayStation 4. So in that same time period, we're going to be getting 2 Final Fantasy games and the demo for Final Fantasy 15. Okay. Go.
I try my best not to curse on podcasts, but that was fucked up.
Okay.
If you did not watch it, they opened and had like the Final Fantasy VII logo behind him, and everyone started cheering, going crazy. And then they started showing the the visuals and gameplay, and I'm sure everyone was thinking, oh, they're just showing like the old visuals and they're gonna like update it to the new ones. It's gonna look gorgeous. And he's like, PC port, and everyone died. I feel sorry for like the people who really, really cared about this because that was awful.
Yeah, I remember paying attention to both Twitter and our Facebook group chats. And as soon as he stepped out on stage and the Final Fantasy VII logo was up there, our chat was like, from everybody watching was like, what? Oh my God. No. Oh my God. No way. Oh my God. And the same thing was happening on Twitter. And I follow 800 people. The majority of those are people in the video game industry or something that has to do with sports. So like, it's not just people I know or anything like that.
Yeah.
And everyone was reacting the same exact way. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. What? No. And then when he made that announcement, freaking meltdown. An absolute meltdown on Twitter and on Facebook. Everyone was just heartbroken and so upset. Like, that was the biggest troll move I have ever seen. Like, oh God.
He might as well have just been like, come out on stage, both like birds up, blasting at the crowd, and just brought people up to help him continue flicking off the crowd.
I didn't play Final Fantasy VII growing up, and like I said earlier, I'm not even gonna play, or I haven't finished my playthrough on the PS1 Classic. So like, this may give me a reason to play it if it has trophies on PS4.
Oh yeah.
So that's what I was thinking.
I'm sorry, fans.
yeah, that's all we can say.
Okay. All right. Last story of the night. Kind of. We got to record another podcast. So number 31, Sony ended with announcing Project Skylight. This is a series of limited edition PS4 faceplates. Right now, you can choose from one of the 2 limited edition faceplates, and they're each available for $24.99 USD. So the first one is the Order 1886, featuring a shot of the Knights from the highly anticipated third action title, and the other one is Little Big Planet 3, featuring Sackboy and his new Burlap Gang. Oh, I like that, Burlap Gang. Sony is creating these custom faceplates in very small quantities. You can purchase these initial faceplates now on the online Sony store. They are planning on launching a new faceplate design in the near future, so check back often.
All right, and go.
I didn't even hear this, and also
this wasn't during the conference.
Oh, okay.
It was right after the conference.
All right. I don't think they look good, personally.
Yeah, I'm not so much a fan of how they look right now. Like, these two, and specifically. It reminds me of the faceplates for the Xbox 360 when that was first released.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not I don't really care cosmetically what my console looks like. So as cool and as like my white Xbox is, you know, like I like it because it's one color, you know. I like my black Xbox or my black PS4 because it's one color. I don't really care for designs on it. Like it's just, I don't know.
Yeah, personally, like I like designs on my consoles and stuff, but if it's gonna be a design, I want it to be a design, not just like a picture.
Yeah.
Because then it just looks lazy and silly. So
then what kind would interest you if they released it? Like a Bloodborne logo or something, or?
I mean, it doesn't have to be a logo specifically, but like something more than just like, oh, we just took a picture. There you go.
And now it's on your console.
Yeah, now it's really bright and not matching the colors of your console.
Cause, like, when I first saw the trailer or whenever it was announced, what I first imagined was that it was just like stickers. Like, you were just putting this big, clear sticker that has, you know, colored print on it or whatever on the top of your PlayStation 4, which is kind of what it looks like. We know whenever you actually do have it on there. It looks like it's just a clear sticker put over it.
Yeah.
Which is also funny because when I watched the trailer of how to change your faceplate, I never knew that thing came off. Did you see that?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I knew it came off beforehand.
I had no idea. Like, that blew my mind. I was like, oh, well, that's interesting.
Yeah, I mean, it's something. I'm sure there's someone who's buying that, but it's not going to sell me.
Not us. Okay, so that wraps up all 31 stories from the PlayStation experience. There were some more important ones during that 31 that we could have gone longer that we didn't have time to, but there were some less important ones that we needed only 2 minutes to get through. So thank you for sticking through the, let's see how long this has been. A little over an hour, QuickTime event. I think that may be our longest QuickTime event ever.
I mean, they're normally 15 minutes.
Well, we had a few longer ones because we had some conference reaction ones, I think.
We did the E3.
Let's look back. We had an 18-minute, 14-minute, 13-minute, 23-minute, 18-minute. 55 minutes was the longest. So I think we have officially broken our QuickTime event record.
A baker's dozen!
The return of the QuickTime events. The QuickTime events, episode 12, Ultra PSX, Third Strike Edition, Special Edition, Squats, Return of the QTE.
Yeah.
So anyways, hopefully we'll get back into doing these, hopefully at least once a week. Sometimes twice a week, depending on what topics come up. And look forward to that. And now we're going to go record the Mong podcast for this week. So you can find all of our podcasts on iTunes by searching for Middle of Nowhere Gaming. You could find us on Facebook and Twitter by just searching Middle of Nowhere Gaming or Mong.com on Twitter, all spelled out. Our YouTube is youtube.com/Mong Network. And we're also on Tumblr and Instagram and all the good stuff. So follow us everywhere.
Be stalkers.
What? Be stalkers?
Be stalkers.
And hopefully Lou will return to our podcast soon, but he's in the middle of finals, which I will be in next week. But you could find me on Twitter at Osborne_2009, and you could find Myles on Twitter at
Furious Milk.
So good day to you guys, and Mong!
Keep it milky.
Keep it milky. Mongy.
I don't know what that means. Take it as you will.
Yeah.